What's going on, everybody? So last time on this channel, I had a little video here called Why Combos Are the Easy Part of Fighting Games. And in that video, I detailed how there's this big misconception with combos with the general public at large and how combos are fighting games basically just boil down to who can spam combos the best. And I kind of made a point here to say that, you know, combos are the easy part of fighting games because a big part of fighting games is not just knowing combos, it's all about knowing neutral and about matchup knowledge. And there's so many other things you got to know, and all you know how to do is do a combo in training mode. You're not going to win any matches at all. Everybody knows that. But what if that was all a lie? Now, before I go into detail about why that's a lie, let me ask you to first subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these kind of videos, these discussions. It really helps the channel out. I'm getting close to 60K subs. We're getting real close there, so it'd mean a lot to me if you could sub to the channel and help support that. And I'll break down exactly why combos are actually the hardest part of fighting games. Oh, what a twist, what a twist. Let me go into more detail. I'm being a little facetious here. I'm obviously not just trying to feed you guys false information, but I was giving you the simple version in that last video because, you know, people overemphasize the importance of combos. However, combos are pretty important to fighting games, and if you don't have good conversions, good combos, you're probably not going to win too many matches against people of equal skill level. It's just another thing you got to level up as you learn how to play in fighting games as a whole. And it varies from game to game. But, you know, I figured I'd ask you guys, why are combos important? You ever thought about why a combo, like why do we care about combos so much? Why do people spend so much time in training mode labbing them? Well, of course, the first point about why they are important is they are badass. They're really, really cool. It's really, 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 really cool to hit somebody with a combo. So that's the most important part. We all can agree on this. Combos are sick. Beyond that, within the game, within the meta of achieving a win, why would you want to go for a combo when you land a hit? Combos are important because they give you access to guaranteed damage. Whenever you get a hit, if you're just playing neutral, just poking around, if you don't convert that to a larger combo, if the opportunity is there, you're just going to get the damage from that one hit. So if you land a full jump in and you don't turn that into a big combo when you found a big opening, you're only going to get that, like in Street Fighter V, like that 90, 100 damage when you could have potentially had 300 damage. It's the only time in the game, for the most part, where you get damage that is guaranteed. The rest of it, you know, involves playing the opponent. This is the chance where you outplay the opponent and you earn your damage. Now collect your reward. The combo is up to you to choose, of course, and up to you to execute, but you get guaranteed damage. Third reason why it's important, positioning. When you do a combo, it gives you the opportunity to control the positioning on screen. With certain characters like Balrog, for example, if I hit you with a jump in, or if I have charge or V trigger active, I can push you all the way to the corner. So beyond just getting the damage that I get from the combo itself, I can be in a better position on screen. Next one I would say is Oki. Now Oki and positioning are kind of intertwined. Oki being the pressure that happens after the knockdown situation. So a combo will knock somebody down, and when they're getting up, different combos will give you different Oki situations. Some of them will give you positioning where you can throw them or meaty them. Some of them leave you on the ground where you get left-right resets. Depending on the game, you might get unblockable setups, you might get crazy cross-ups and mix-up if you go beyond just Street Fighter V. So Oki is another reason to go for a combo. You can't get Oki from usually just one poke in neutral, right? Next one, probably the last one that I know of, that I can think of, is resource building. While you're doing combos, you build meter. It's one of the best ways to build meter in Street Fighter V is to hit the opponent. So while you're hitting the opponent during the combo, you're building meter. You know, you're building more meter than you would with one individual poke. So, I mean, these are just some of the actual things that you might know if you play fighting games at all. Like, you just kind of intuitively get it. You get all these options and these sort of different attributes of combos. But these are why combos are important. I feel like that's important to break down. And let me go ahead and give you just a very, very simple example. I'm gonna beat it over your head with this example. So let me set up this scenario in training mode, and I'll show, you know, two different approaches to the gameplay in a mirror match. Let's pretend that I'm playing a Karen, and all I do is I poke. I use my great walk speed, and I poke. If I were to do this, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I need to get 20 low forwards to kill my opponent. Maybe I'm just that much better at walking around and controlling neutral and whiff punishing, where I can land 20 low forwards against my opponent very comfortably and outplay them, right? However, let's look at another approach where we get some combos in the mix. And for this one, I have a recording set up to demonstrate this. So let's take a look here. Right. So that was a lot less interactions than 20. With the recording I had set up, I had this Karin convert the low forward into a combo. Karin's low forward, if you don't know, you can actually hit confirm. It's really, really easy to hit confirm. I mean, it's kind of a high level technique, but it has a really big window to hit confirm. So you can take any random poke in neutral with any random low forward and potentially turn it into damage. But you got to know the combos. And the thing about Karin's combos, which, you know, we talked about the important points of a combo. Let's take a look at the beginning part of this sequence again. So it's one random hit, one random low forward, poke, poke, poke. That was pretty good damage. If you look in the top left, that was pretty good damage. And look at the positioning and the Oki situation after. So I get hit, I'm being pushed to the corner, I got pushed half screen, and I'm point blank range where the Karin player can get a throw again. Even if I quick rise or back roll, if you play against a decent Karin, you know this is how the meta goes, right? I'm gonna count this throw as practically part of the combo. This is what makes Karin so strong. She lands a combo, and the combo leaves her in position to throw, and the throw is practically guaranteed. 99 out of 100 times you're going to take that throw, because getting counter hit there is instant death. So this combo has guaranteed damage, it has better positioning, it has Oki, and even though we spent a bar, if we look at this whole sequence, Karin has 2 bars again. If Karin needed to use more meter to kill, Karin would have that meter. We built back another bar during all that action, during the throws, during the combos themselves. If you are equally skilled as your opponent in neutral, you will never, ever, ever win being this suboptimal with your combo conversions. You can get 13 of your 20 crouching medium kicks in. That person needs potentially 1 crouching medium kick turned into a combo, turned into Oki, turned into a throw, turned into another hit, into death. That's it. That's all they need. So the purpose of combos is to reduce the number of interactions needed to win. And that's super important to understand. You need to reduce the number of interactions needed to win, because it's one of the other factors to help you win faster, right? When you land a combo, it's no longer neutral. You usually get Oki in positioning, so it's in your advantage. So it helps the snowball effect get going. So I don't care how strong you are at poking. If you're a Karin player and you just poke with low forward, you're going to lose to someone who's potentially weaker than you at neutral with positioning and just holding their ground. But if they turn into big damage in Oki, you still have to guess like the rest of us. Now, that's why combos are important. But now let's talk about why combos are hard, because that was what the other video was about. We're talking about how combos are the easy part. We all know that there's combos that take forever to learn to execute. Execution can be extremely difficult if you choose to do super hard combos. Most of the combos in Street Fighter V are very easy by design. But in other games, if you look at other games, there's some crazy hard combos. I mean, you've seen the KOF trials all over YouTube. I mean, that's one of the most popular genres of fighting game YouTube videos, is people just suffering through KOF trials, right? Execution. So there's all sorts of factors that go into execution. So if you look at some examples, we can look at Street Fighter V, like Menat V-Trigger 1 combos, maybe some Guile V-Trigger 1 loops, one you might not expect, Abigail V-Trigger 1 back heavy punch loops. Those are actually very difficult. But you look at other games, UMVC3, there's so many combos in there. KOF has crazy hard combos. DBFZ, there's crazy hard combos. And the combo importance is really high in these games, because in these games, you kind of have to have 2-touch kills, 1-touch kills, because you can die in one hit. Street Fighter V is usually about having more interactions on the ground, but other games, you can die in one hit. Another reason why combos are difficult: situational requirements. So this was the big thing I harped on in that other video about why combos are the easy part. The reason it's hard is your opponent won't let you hit them. It's hard to get a combo started because your opponent is trying their best to not get hit. So you're probably not going to get super easy openings like you're in training mode and the dummy's just not blocking and you do your jump into your max damage combo. That's not the reality of the situation. A lot of your hits are going to be messy, sloppy, weird, unexpected, weird interactions. Your opponent is doing something you don't expect and don't understand, but they got clipped by something. Can you turn that into damage? It's super important to understand these things, right? So we have things like, what did your combo start with? Was it a jab? Was it a crush counter? Was it a counter hit? Was it not a counter hit? Was it a meaty? Those influence the routes that you have available and the options you have after that initial hit. It's hard to keep that awareness in mind. Where on the screen are you? Some combos that work mid-screen don't work in the corner. Some combos that work in the corner don't work mid-screen. There's all kinds of things that matter. Like, how far away are you from the opponent when you get the first hit? This positioning determines the options you have available. How much meter do you have? Different combo routes require different amounts of meter. And because you often build resources during the combo, are you going to optimize building resources to get maybe a V trigger extension? Are you going to add more V skills to the combo even though it does less damage against the V skill? Are you going to just go for meter? Sometimes while I'm doing combos, I'm not even looking at the buttons. I'm pressing the buttons and at the same time I'm looking at the meter, because there's going to be this inflection point where either I go down the 1 meter route or the 2 meter route. And the next thing, what route will you choose? What are you optimizing for? You can try to optimize for different things. It's kind of like what we just talked about, why combos are important. This is what makes combos hard, especially for Street Fighter V. There are executionally demanding combos in this game, but for the most part, it's about these factors which make the combos very, very hard. How do you turn small openings into big conversions, and what are you trying to do with those conversions? That's what makes the combos hard in this game. And I'll show an example here. Of course, I'm going to be pulling from Sako. You know, he's one of the execution masters, one of the greatest execution heavy players of all time, and he's using Menat. So Menat's a great example. So this combo, I like it. It's pretty interesting because basically every Menat V-Trigger 1 combo is really executionally intensive. It has a whole different mechanic called negative edge involved with it. Basically, these orbs, these 6 orbs around her, they're all tied to a button because Street Fighter's a 6-button game. And the way the orbs are released is you hold the button for a short period of time. When you release your finger is when the orb will actually activate and start moving. So he's holding the buttons while doing combos and releasing his finger throughout the combo in order to control the orbs. And he has to find times to start charging the release and releasing the release. And basically, I would never want to learn this because you have to dedicate yourself. So he's doing this whole combo here, and he's a master of the orb. But look at the situational awareness in which he goes for this. So the Rashid player does this V skill here to, I think, side swap. I think this is Gashikyun, by the way. He side swaps here, and I feel like he maybe made a mistake, but watch what Sako does. Rashid is punishable after this V skill. He does raw V trigger before he begins his punish. That is awareness. That is awareness there, because when you do a combo, if you start a combo and then pop V-Trigger in the middle of the combo, it scales your combo so the rest of the hits do less damage. So not only is he ready to do this crazy combo, he's ready to raw activate in response to a move and then do the max damage combo possible, mastering the execution of Menat, not scared to drop it, and to get the super conversion for the maximum damage to kill him. So it's a great representation of both awareness and also of execution, because Menat is just hard to execute with in general. And the final point here in regards to all this, different characters and games are more combo dependent. Menat, I mentioned a few times, she's very dependent on mastering the V-Trigger 1 conversions. You're not really playing the character at the high level if you don't have those kind of combo conversions, but other characters are not really as dependent on that sort of thing. Like certain characters might have a more poke and hit and run game, or their combo conversions are just very simple. But yeah, you can't win with Menat without V-Trigger 1 combos. You just can't. It's not something that's going to continue at high level. You eventually have to master that. Like other games you mentioned earlier, if you're not optimizing to reduce the number of touches you need to kill, you're not going to keep up. DBFZ, you need to be able to kill in like 1 or 2 openings. 2 touching the character is very important. You're not going to be able to keep up, right? So I just wanted to clear the air, because I know some people were getting salty in my last video's comments about saying that I have no idea what I'm talking about because combos are so hard. You have to train so long to do combos. And yeah, you do. You sometimes do. I've been training a lot with Oro to do all these V-Trigger combos. I've been in the lab a lot, but you gotta combine everything. If you're new to fighting games, trust me, knowing a combo is cool, but you're better suited learning how to anti-air and poke before learning a crazy max damage combo. It becomes more and more relevant as you climb higher and higher in the meta. It starts becoming apparent pretty soon. If someone's out damaging you pretty often, you might be solid or better than them at other aspects of the game, and they might kill you faster. So yeah, you got to learn combos, obviously. Some combos are insanely hard, obviously. Some combos are the hardest combos you could ever possibly attempt, and they do no damage. They're pointless, right? So it's not just all about difficulty. It's about game knowledge and playing smart and optimizing for the proper situation. And that's it. That's all I got for this video. Once again, if you guys enjoyed this video or these types of discussions, please let me know in the comments and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate the support. It helps grow the channel. We're shooting for that 60K mark, baby. We're getting so close, so close. And that's it. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.